Tony's Christmas Play. Chapter 1. Holy Tony slumped on the carpet and waited the clock to go faster. Only 5 more minutes to home time. Already, Honey could take those crisps he'd been sneaking from the cupboard. Mrs. Bennett's talked about school dinners, yuck, the new drinking fountain, blah blah blah, math homework, blah blah blah, the school Christmas play, blah blah. What did Mrs. Bellak say? Christmas play? Holy Tony settled. This is a brand new play with singing and dancing, continued Mrs. Bellak, and both of the older and younger children are taking part this year. Singing, dancing, showing off in the front of the whole school. Years ago, when Honey was in the influence class, he'd play Agent Shift in the Neverly play, and he had snatched the baby from the major and refused to hand him back. Honey hoped Mrs. Bellak wouldn't remember, because Honey has no play that late. He had to. Who else but Honey could be an art singing or dancing Joseph? Chapter 2. I want to be Mary, shouted every girl in the class. I want to be the wise man, shouted Rudolph. I want to be a ship, shouted anxious Andrew. I want to be Joseph, said Holy Tony. No, me, shouted Daddy James. Me, shouted Birdie Bear. Christ! Shrieked Mrs. Bellak. In the director and my decision about who will act which part is father. I've cast the play as follows. Margaret, you'll be Mary. She handed her a thick skirt. Moody Margaret would with Joyce. All the other girls glared at her. Susan front legs of the donkey. Linda hind legs. Cows, Flora, and Claire, breast of grass, Mrs. Bellak continued action report. Pick me for Joseph, pick me for Joseph. Holy Tony begged sentry. Who better than the best actor in the school play, the starting part? I'm a ship, I am a beautiful ship, was singing Zora. I am a shepherd, beamed Jolly Josh. I am an angel, trade Magic Matter. I am a blade of grass, sobbed Weepy William. Joseph will be played by me, screamed Honey. Me, screamed Unique, Lady Graham, Digit Dave, and Albert Air. Peter, said Mrs. Bellak from Mrs. Lovely. Peter, said Mrs. Bellak from the Mrs. Lovely class. Holy Tony felt as he's been sung in the stomach. Puppy Peter, his younger brother. Herbert Peter guessed the starting part. It's no fair, howled Holy Tony. Chapter 3. Mrs. Bellak glared at him. Honey, you're the Mrs. Bellak continued her list. Please not be a blade of grass. Please not be a blade of grass. Please, Holy Tony. Please, Holy Tony shrieking. That would be just like Mrs. Bellak. Not to humanize him. Anything but that. The innkeeper. Horace Honey started beaming. How stupid he'd been. The innkeeper must be the starting part. Honey could see himself now polishing glasses, throwing dust, pulling out big frowny fitty-witty drinks to all his happy customers while singing a song about the joys of innkeeping. Then he got into a nice long argument about why there was no room at the inn, and finally the chance to slam the door in Moody Margaret's face after he pushes her away. Well, maybe he'd even got the second song. 10 green butters would fit right into the story. He sang and danced while knocking his last haunted Christmas of the war. Wouldn't be that fun? Mrs. Bellak handed a page to Honey. Your script, she said. Honey was puzzled. Surely there were some pages missing, he laughed. Joseph knocked. The innkeeper opened the door. Joseph, is there any room with the innkeeper? No. The innkeeper shut the door. Holy Tony turned over the page. It was blank. He held up to the light. It was no secret writing. That was it. His entire part was one line, one stupid pun line. Not even a line, a word, no. Where was his song? Where was his dance with the butters and guests in the inn? How could he? Holy Tony, the best actor in the class, and it needed the word. He'd given just one word in the school play. Even the donkeys got a song. Worse, after he said his one word, Perfect Peter and Moody Margaret get to the young for hours about managing and wise men and shepherds and sing a duet while Honey hung about behind the hay with the blast of grass. It was so unfair. He should be the star of the show. No stupid runabout brother. Chapter 4. Why on earth was Peter cast as Joseph anyway? He was a terrible actor. He couldn't sing. He just squeaked like a squished toad. And why was Margaret playing Molly? No, she'd never stop begging and swagging. Ark, isn't it exciting, said Mom? Isn't it thrilling, said Dad? Our little boy, the star of the show. Well done, Peter, said Mom. We're so proud of you, said Dad. Papa and Peter smiled mutually. Of course I am not really the star, he said. Everyone's important, even little pots like Blade of Grass and the innkeeper. Horace Henry paused. He was a great white shark and lodging for the care. Oh, screamed Peter. Honey, bite me. Honey, don't be horrid, snapped Mom. Honey, go to your room, snapped Dad. Horace Honey stormed upstairs and slammed the door. How could he bear the humorousness of playing the innkeeper when Peter was the star? He just had to force Peter to switch roles with him. Honey was sure he could find a way to protect Peter, but protect Mrs. Ballax was a different measure. Mrs. Ballax had a mean, horrible way of never doing what Honey wanted. Maybe he could trick Peter into leaving the show, yes, and then Navi offered to replace him. Chapter 5. But unfortunately, there was no granted Mrs. Ballax would give Honey's Peter roles. She'd probably just replace Peter with the gooey Gordon. He was stuck. And then Honey had a brilliant, spectacular idea. Why hadn't he thought of this before? If he couldn't play a bigger part, he'd just have to make his part bigger. For instance, he couldn't scream no, that would get a rejection. Or he could blow no, and then hit Joseph. I'm an angry innkeeper, that Horace Henry, and I hate gas coming my in, certainly smelling like Joseph. Or he could shout no, hit Joseph and lob him. I am a lobber innkeeper, said Henry. Oh, I am a lobber pretend to be an innkeeper. That would line off the play a bit. No, maybe he could be a French robber innkeeper, shout none, and rob Molly and Joseph. Or he was a French robber pilot innkeeper, so he could shout none and tie Molly and Joseph off and make them walk the plank. That's Horace Henry. Maybe my part wouldn't be so small. After all, the innkeeper was the most important character. Restaurants had been going on forever. Horace Henry spent most of time slumping in a chair. He'd never thought being a boring party play. Naturally, he'd done everything he could to improve it. Can I add a dance? asked Honey. No, snapped Mrs. Ballax. Can I add a teeny tiny wild song? said Honey, please. No, said Mrs. Ballax. How could the innkeeper know there's no room? said Honey. I think I should. Mrs. Ballax glared at him with her loud eyes. No more. One more word from you, Honey, and you change places with Linda, snapped Mrs. Ballax. Blades of grass, let's try again. Eek, an innkeeper with one word was definitely better than being invisible as the hind legs of the donkey. Still, it was so unfair. He was only trying to help. Chapter 6. Showtime. Another tea towel was to be found at any local shop. Mom and Dad had been up all night venturing sewing costumes. Now the waiting and the rehearsing was over. Everyone lining off the stage behind the curtain. Peter and Margaret waited on the side to make their big entrance as Mary and Joseph. Isn't it exciting, Honey, being a real play? whispered Peter. No, sneered Honey. Places everyone for the opening song, said Mrs. Ballax. Now remember, don't worry if you make a little mistake. Just carry on and no one will notice. But I still think I should have the argument with Mary and Joseph about whether there's room, said Honey. Shouldn't I? Let's check to see. No, guessed. No, snapped Mrs. Ballax, glaring at him. If I hear another peep for you, Honey, you will sit behind the blaze of hay and Jim will be playing your part. Blades of grass lined up with donkeys, sheep get ready to bow. Bird, are you a sheep or blade of grass? I don't know, said Burpee First. Mrs. Albert went to the front of the stage. Welcome everyone, moms and dads, boys and girls, to our new Christmas play. A little different from previous years. We hope you are enjoying a brand new show. Mrs. Bonlock started the CD player. The music pealed, the curtain rose, the audience stamped and cheers. Stars twinkled. Cows moved, horses neighed, ships bobbed, cameras flashed. Horatani stood the wings and watched the shifters to their head dance. He still hadn't decided for sure how he was going to play his part. There were so many possible, it was hard to choose. Finally, Honey's big moment arrived. He strode across the stage and waited behind the closed-in door and Mary and Joseph. Knock, knock, knock. The innkeeper stepped forward and opened the door. There was Moody Magus tromping away as Mary and Papa Peter looking full of himself as Joseph. Is there any room in the inn? Said Joseph. Good question, said Horatani. His mind was blank. He thought of so many great things he could say that what he was supposed to say that's just gone straight out of head. Is there any room in the inn? Repeated Joseph loudly. Yes, said the innkeeper, coming in. Joseph looked at Mary. Mary looked at Joseph. The audience murmured. Oops, said Horatani. Now he'll remember. He's been supposed to say no. Over for penny for a pound. The innkeeper grabbed Mary and Joseph's slaves and yanked them through the door. Come on in, I haven't got already. But the inn's full, said Mary. No, it isn't, said the innkeeper. It's two. It's not. It's my inn, and I should know. This is the best inn in the Barton. We got TV and bars, and the innkeeper paused for a moment. What did inns have them? And computers. Mary glared at the innkeeper. The innkeeper glared at Mary. Mrs. Bonlock gasped faintly from the wings. Chapter 7. The inn looks full to me, said Mary firmly. Come on, Joseph, let's go to the stable. Oh, don't you go there. You'll get fleeced, said the innkeeper. So, said Mary. I love fleas, said Joseph weakly, and it's all full of manners. So you, snapped Mary. Don't be horrible, Mary, said the innkeeper sternly. Now sit down and rest your heavy, wavy bones and I'll sing you a song. And the innkeeper started singing. 10 green butters standing on the wall. 10 green butters standing on the wall. And if 1 green butter fall, actually 4. Ooh, moaned Mary, I'm having the baby. Can you wait until I finish my song? With the innkeeper. No, bellowed Mary. Mrs. Bonlock drew her hand across the throat. Honey ignored her. After all, the show must go on. Come on, Joseph, interrupted Mary. We are going to the stable. Okay, said Joseph. You're making the big mistake, said the innkeeper. We got stereo and TV, and Mrs. Bonlock got landlord stage and nabbed him. Thank you, innkeeper. Your other guests need you now. So Mrs. Bonlock rammed him by the collar. Merry Christmas, shrieked Honey as Honey young of his sixth. There was a long silence. Bravo, yelled Moody Margaret's daft aunt. Mom and Dad weren't sure what to do. Should they crack or run away to a piece and no one knew them? Mom cracked. Dad hit his face by the hand. Do you think anyone noticed? Whispered Mom. Dad looked at Mrs. Albert grave-faced. He sat down in his chair. Maybe one day he would learn how to make himself invisible. But what I was supposed to do, said Horatani afterwards in Mrs. Albert's office. It's not my fault. I forget my lines. Mrs. Bonlock said not to worry if we make mistakes and just to carry on. Could he help it if your star was born? The end.